Well, good evening. Hi, everyone. I am going to call to order our board meeting tonight. It is 6:02 p.m. Everyone is present outside of Mr. Paul Cairns. We are going to rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Yes.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Board members, you have an agenda in front of you. Can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, everybody in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, wonderful. We will start our evening with Terrific Tigers, our recognitions of our Terrific Tigers.
And as we call your name, you can come up front, and parents take pictures too. So, up first, Jefferson Pre-K, Serenity Lewis, Pre-K daughter of Kimberly Poole and Kenneth Lewis. Serenity is an exceptional student who consistently demonstrates intelligence, kindness, and strong leadership skills. As a thoughtful and supportive friend, her positive attitude and dedication make her a perfect recipient of the Terrific Tiger Award. Great job, Serenity. Up next, Alma Schroeder Elementary, Vincent Walker, 4th grade son of Amanda and Miles Walker. Up next is Blanchard Elementary, Purity West, 1st grade daughter of Monica Criddle. Purity embodies kindness and hard work, always looking for ways to support her classmates with a helping word or a caring presence. Her heart of gold and compassionate spirit bring light to the classroom and make a positive difference to everyone around her. Outstanding work, Purity. Clifford Elementary, Harrison Bruni, 4th grade son of Shay and Jeff Bruni. Harrison is a polite and hardworking student who remains consistently ready to assist his peers. His dedication to his schoolwork and kindness towards others make him a perfect example of a terrific Tiger. Well-deserved recognition, Harrison. Franklin Elementary, Lewin Cato, 1st grade son of Sarah Hahn and Nicholas Cato. Lewin is a kind and creative student who consistently follows directions and treats everyone with respect. Known for his unique personality and heart of gold, he brings joy and laughter to the classroom every day. Keep up the great work and keep on being you. Jefferson Elementary, Shanzay Bellamy, 2nd grade son of Destiny Williamson. Shanzay consistently stays focused and goes above and beyond all the classroom activities. In addition to his academic strength and love for reading, his positive attitude and caring nature make him an amazing friend and role model. Very well done, Shanzay. Central Middle School, Arya Silwal, 6th grade daughter of Durja and Sajan Silwal. Arya is a highly driven student who consistently meets pride expectations in both the classroom and extracurriculars like math team and choir. She leads by example and serves as a positive role model for the entire student body. We're so proud of you, Arya. Terry W. Kitchen Junior High, Rakitha Pereira, 8th grade son of Patiagi Pereiras and Welabadagi Pereira. Rakitha is recognized as one of the most helpful students in the school with a consistently great disposition. He is considered a true asset to Terry W. Kitchen Junior High School, and the faculty is incredibly proud of his hard work. Keep it up, Rakitha. Central High School, Spencer Engelhart, 12th grade son of Jennifer and Michael Engelhart. Spencer is an incredibly bright student who balances his academic talent with a kind heart. He's mature, studious, and hardworking, making him a blessing to have in any classroom. Continue to strive for greatness, Spencer. Central Academy, Adriana Thomas, 12th grade daughter of Shayna Thomas Radford. And then we have Alma Schroeder come in, Vincent Walker. Fourth grade son of Amanda and Miles Walker. Vincent is a standout student whose exceptional character and humble, respectful nature make him a joy to have in class. He's a determined individual who is always willing to lend a helping hand and make a difference. Keep it up, Vincent. And then from April Central Middle School, Sophia Ritter. And Central Academy, Jeremiah Ivory.
Take a picture for everyone. Kind of come right in here.
You three, I think, in the back.
This way, everybody look forward right there. That's next.
Okay, perfect. Okay, next, Dr. Binion is going to recognize our Missouri 100 scholars.
So we're excited to honor Joseph Chow and William Miller after being selected for the 2026 Missouri Scholar 100. The program selects students based on a formula that is considered a rigorous academic decathlon, which consists of 10 events designed to assess their academic excellence in addition to demonstrating outstanding attendance, exemplary citizenships, and active leadership and participation in school activities. Joseph and William, we're extremely proud of you and are honored to recognize you this evening. We hope you enjoyed your time here at Cape Public Schools, and we cannot wait to see what your future holds for you. And we'll take a picture with them. I do want to say one thing. Having two has only happened one other time since I've been in Cape Public School District. I know it's not a frequent thing because it's the best 100 out of the entire state. So congratulations. It's truly an honor.
Very impressive.
It is pretty amazing. The statistics don't typically have this many students that qualify for this. Yes. Yes. Come on. At graduation, she was just wanting to come up and give you guys hugs. You realize that she was just wanting to give you guys hugs at graduation.
I could see her eyes light up, so. Perfect, thank you.
Congratulations. Did you skip tennis?
No, I was there.
You were. Okay. I'll just double check. I couldn't remember.
Oh, it went pretty well.
Good. Very good. Well, congratulations.
Okay, next we have the Community Teachers Association report.
We'll just kind of wait for everybody
That's okay, I'll talk really loud.
We have faith in you.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Unless everybody wants to stay for this, you
Yeah.
can stay. You're welcome to. I see some teachers getting up. They're a little wore out, I can tell.
It rained on twice today, so I think we're all just a little bit tired. All right, well, here are the May staff shout-outs from our buildings. So from Alma Schroeder, shout out to Ms. Brandolyn Frazier for her years of service on CTA. Shout out to Ms. Gentry and her musical productions that can go up against any Broadway production play. Thank you, Ms. Gentry, for being one of the best. From Blanchard, shout out to our kindergarten, first grade, second grade, and encore buddy teachers for their extra support of students during math testing. Shout out to Ms. Jones for all the extra support and encouragement she gives to our students during math testing. Shout out to Kate, kindergarten staff, for having butterflies and chicks in their rooms. Shout out to 3rd and 4th grade staff, reading teachers, SPED, ELL, and SLP staff for administering the math test, and the awesome proctors too. And way to go, Ms. Phelps, for organizing and ensuring math testing goes so well. Thank you, Coach Schmidt, for the extra things you take care of, like filling the bird feeders. Thank you, Ms. Howell, for organizing schedules. Way to go, kitchen staff, for always ensuring our students are well fed. Shout out to Ms. Boba for all of her creative ideas. Shout out to Ms. Heiser, one of our amazing second grade teachers. She always brings so much energy, kindness, and patience every single day. Her students are so lucky to learn from someone who makes learning fun and makes her classroom feel like home. From Central Academy, Ms. Beggs and Mr. McMullen have done a great job of making Central Academy a wonderful place to work and a terrific place for students to learn. Their day-to-day support and enthusiasm towards staff and students inspires the teachers to take pride in working at one of the greatest schools in the Cape Girardeau School District, Central Academy. What a great team. To our CA staff for getting creative without internet for 3.5 hours. From Clifford to 3rd and 4th grade teachers for finishing the math test strong. To all the other grades for being supportive with pictures and cards. To the SPED team for finishing strong with their kiddos. To all the Clifford family, faculty and staff for being amazing. Thank you for always helping and supporting each other. We truly are a family. From the CTC, shout out to Mr. Broach and his students for the outstanding work completed on the fire science training site. Shout out to Dave Paternos and his custodial crew for the incredible job they have done, keeping the building looking amazing over. Your hard work, attention to detail, and dedication do not go unnoticed, and we truly appreciate everything your staff and team does each day to support our students and staff. Shout out to Mr. Raines and the landscape horticulture students for their work in cleaning up the outside picnic area for Thursday's staff luncheon. They did an outstanding job, and the space looks fantastic. From the Early Childhood Center, shout out to April Garner as she prepares to retire from a career dedicated to education. Well done, April. Shout out to everyone for surviving the stress of dial testing at this time with the end-of-year chaos. Shout out to Taylor Munich and Grayson Jones for planning the perfect play day. From the high school, shout out to Patty Womble and Shamira Ulrich for all their hard work planning and organizing prom. From the junior high, David Franklin continues to grow into his role in the ELA department, finding opportunities to assist and help us achieve greater success in a curriculum and planning. Sarah Hahn deserves a huge shout out. She has truly transformed our library into something through her creativity, hard work, and dedication to our students. From peer tutoring and the book fair to so many other incredible events happening in the library, her impact can be seen everywhere. She has made such a meaningful difference in the lives of our students and staff. Sarah is a phenomenal woman. I am so proud and honored to work alongside her at CJHS. Shout out to the SPED teachers and TAs for ending the year strong and being flexible during math last week. From the middle school, shout out to the SPED team at CMS for shifting and changing during math testing. Shout out to Ms. Tyser for being the honorary popcorn burner at CMS. We love you. Thank you to Mr. Mays for the smoothie scavenger hunt. It was so much fun and so yummy. Huge thank you to Laura Piner, Kelly Kincaid, Laura Green, Becky Wright, Bernadette Gorman, Deidre Hartman, and Marcia Medlin for helping the counselors get all the math makeup testing done. You all are rock stars.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Wilson, for grilling hot dogs and brats for teacher appreciation. Such a yummy lunch. Thank you to Ms. Rompegel for being such an awesome co-coach for esports. Seeing how much the students love showing up brings a smile to my face every week. Huge shout out to Ms. Tammy and our PTO for the fun farmers market lunch they provided today. It was so fun, it really was. A huge shout out to Ms. Heck and Ms. Berto for all their hard work on managing check-in and check-out folders all year. Their expertise in handling behaviors in those folders is very much appreciated. Thank you to Ms. Wilson for securing a $1,500 grant from Dollar General to get books for summer school participants to take home. Ms. Deloge and Ms. Centers planned an amazing experience for our kids, Career Day. It was very organized, had great presenters, and all kids had an opportunity to learn about many different careers. And shout out to Mr. Brown for organizing a kickball tournament for the 5th grade. And those are the last shout outs of this school year.
Crazy.
Thank
Thank you so much. Mr. Payne, do we have any information, proposals, or comments from the audience?
None for this month, ma'am.
Okay, great. We do have a policy. We love to hear from anybody who has something to share. We have a policy on how you can get added to the agenda, so if that's something you're interested in, please check that out. Next, we will move on to informational reports. We'll start with the board president, which is not actually me, but I will say, congratulations to everybody who graduated. Graduation ceremony was wonderful. It was so enjoyable to see all of the kids, to hear what teachers have impacted them, to hear the commencement speech. All of it was fantastic. So best of luck to all of our graduates, and I hope they have an incredible future. So. That's all I got. Superintendent, Dr. Benyon.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
By the way, you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
You were nervous, but you were doing a really good job.
Well, thanks.
So
Now that everybody's left, it's a lot easier.
I know. There's only a few. You don't worry about any of that. Yeah, I was going to talk about graduation as well. Just congratulations to the class of 2026. Mr. Church, you did a fantastic job. Your team did a fantastic job organizing that. It was just a beautiful ceremony, and I just felt like it ran really smoothly, and we're glad to be back.
And so
at
many
the
impressive
Show Me Center.
kids.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
truly.
just some kids that really were articulate
Yes.
about what they're going to be when they grow up, and so that was really exciting to hear about that. Other than that, they were ready to go after commencement, weren't they? We are going to be communicating with our families about opportunities to enroll in Accent High School this week. Ms. Scheller, Ms. Keys, and Ms. Talent have been working on a promotional materials. Registration for Recovery High School program is officially open now as we open next fall. Thursday, and I guess Josh or Mr. Crow, you'll probably talk about the roof being put on too as well in your report. Thursday is our last day of school. This has been a very fast year. And I just wanted to take this opportunity to thank the staff for their hard work during the school year. We've had a fantastic year, and I hope the teachers enjoy their summer vacation, and because they're certainly have earned it this year. And we really appreciate all the hard work and dedication that they put into each and every one of our students. And that's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Next, we have Mr. Crow with a CSIP update for the long-range facilities plan.
Thank you. Perfect. All right. What you see before you is just an ongoing update. We have had so many discussions about our long-range plan, and this just kind of gives you a recap of everything that's going on. So bear with me if it seems very simple and basic. So almost a year ago, you all completed and adopted the long-range facility plan at the June 3rd board meeting. This was a culmination of a year-long process that involved multiple different stakeholders and looking at our district in multiple different areas that we have never done before. So once we took that plan, we utilized the majority of this school year to help promote and educate leading up to our April 7th vote that we had for a $30 million bond. So almost 75% voted in the affirmative of that. We're just right at 74%, so we're very excited about how strongly the community has accepted this plan and how much work the community put into it as well. So ongoing, what's taking place now is with regular updates, the start of many projects are going to be coming to you. So we had a brief discussion of that in prior board meetings. And with that being said, how this is going to kind of fold out in the district for those that are listening online would be once we establish a CMAR, we are going to get our architect back on board. We will start having various stakeholder meetings again to drill down more into the weeds on these various projects that were identified, develop the scope, the plan, and then from there put out to bid all of these construction projects. We do have quite a few projects that are singletary in the sense of we can bid them through our offices here at the board office, and those are some of these projects that you're going to be seeing a little bit later tonight during the business portion. So we're trying to knock as many of those projects out that we possibly can, get a lot of things done before the start of the school year next year, but the major construction projects will be taking place next year because it takes time to build those projects up. We did not want to put the cart in front of the proverbial horse and have any work done that we'd be on the hook for if the bond passage was not successful. So now that it was, we've been going full steam ahead on getting those projects up to speed. Questions or anything I can answer for you? Any outliers or anything that you're hearing from the community that maybe we're not hearing here at the board office?
I've heard from the middle school how excited they are about the updates there, from
So
multiple
the middle
people.
school, we had to tell to slow the roll.
Yeah.
There were several
They're
staff
chomping at the
that-
bit.
They were asking, when can they start boxing their belongings up and textbooks? I had to take a breath for
Yeah.
a second, saying,
Fair
you are
enough.
getting a big cut of the pie. However, that's not gonna be done before August when kids come back.
Sure.
We have a lot of planning to do. We can't just, bring in a bunch of laborers and carpenters and skilled professions to just start doing stuff randomly. There has to be an organized plan. There's gonna be an expansion there, a refresh there. But bringing up the middle school, one of the projects we're trying to get done as fast as we can before the start of the school year is that pickup and drop-off lane.
That'll be great.
Take the parents and guardians off of Carruthers and get them on property, so it'll be much safer for those students, so.
Can't wait. Okay,
With-
wonderful.
With the long-range facility plan, what do you see, I mean, as you're handing over the reins the next month or so, what do you see like from a revisit of that plan? I know we own that plan and we have it, it's 10 years, and we're obviously gonna execute a whole lot of spend, and a lot of great projects have been identified. Do you see it in a couple years after we get some of the major projects done, that we dive back into it again, deeply again?
So historically, every bond that we've ran as a district typically will take 3 to 4 years to work through. I think a couple of things after saying that is, one, this long-range plan we have been more focused on how this plan is gonna roll out than we have ever been in the past, even other bond initiatives I've been involved with or led, but that was by design. And so, when you ask the question, are we gonna be able to look back, one of the beauties of this plan is that it is also flexible. So as certain things are discovered through maybe refurbishing a building or whatnot, if we didn't capture in the first go-around, we can capture that in, or we will roll it over into our next bond approach, which will be around 2031 or so as a no tax increase as well. So I'm kind of speaking out of both ends here, but having that laser focus on what we're going to be able to accomplish as a district over the next several years, but also having the flexibility to run an audible if we need to, I think is the beauty of this plan that we have not had before. If you look back at Prop Y, very specifically, it was, hey, we're doing the Integrity Center at Schroeder. Hey, we're going to have the Jefferson expansion. Hey, we're going to put our pre-K all under one roof. We're going to have the community center. And that was basically it. This plan has given us those specific projects, but it's also given us the flexibility to see what we don't know that we're going to see in 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years down the road, and having the flexibility as a district to be able to tackle those various different types of things. I really want to point out the utilization of our buildings. That's something that our district leaders and yourself as a board moving forward with me exiting out of the district, you're going to have that information at your fingertips to make decisions on what is this going to look like in the future for our buildings, and what is it going to look like, for all of our various students and our community members. I mean, I think that's awesome. So, with one thing I will tell you as board members, you have a great responsibility in front of you that you have that, but you also have the potential to make a lot of grateful impacts for our district and the community. One of the conversations that I had during this whole process was our prior bonds were us catching up. It was giving us that foundation to get our buildings just, hey, we've got facilities, we can make it work. But I wholeheartedly believe what this bond is going to be doing for Cape Public Schools is really propelling us forward. We have our CSIP plan that is taking care of the curriculum. It's taking care of our day-to-day operations. It's taking care of what our salaries are going to be competitive, and to really have that draw for talent to come to us, and that draw for students to stay in our district instead of going elsewhere. You're now going to have that with the facilities as well. And when you have both of those components working together, I think just great things are going to happen. And it's going to be really exciting for you all, and I'm happy to see you guys go through that process with me. Did that answer your question in
100%,
any way possible?
100%, yeah. The flexibility of the plan that's in
You want me to
place.
start over and repeat everything?
Yeah, what was the first part you said when you started talking?
So there's
No, that
two
was
things
perfect.
that really come to mind when you ask that.
Oh, thank you very much. Appreciate the leadership on it. It's been good.
Very well articulated.
Yes.
Any other questions, comments? Okay, thank you so much, Mr.
We
Crowe.
have a foundation update, too. Oh, sorry,
Oh.
we're not there, sorry. I thought you were going straight to the end, sorry.
Oh, I see it. We'll be there soon,
Sorry.
don't you worry.
I am ready on the draw.
Mr. Crowell, are you also doing the nutrition services update?
Yes, I am.
Okay, wonderful. Can't wait to hear
Mine
more.
doesn't make-
Okay, so in a prior motion, you all agreed as a board, and very thankful to continue on our CEP services. So the breakfast and lunch is provided through other sources of funding so that parents and guardians do not have to pay for their students' meals, and it's wonderful. So program evaluation you see before us. I really have to give a lot of credit to, even though she's no longer with us, Dana Clark, but also Randa Seltzer stepping up and stepping in. We had a transition plan that we thought was going to play out, taking phased-in approach over a couple of years, but Randa has just knocked it out of the park, and we're extremely happy. But besides Randa, we also have Miranda. So Miranda moved into that dietitian role for our district, and they've just simply been amazing. Just to kind of refresh a little bit in your memory some of the things that they've done, they've brought in tens of thousands of dollars in grant money that are actually supporting local businesses. They were out hand-picking strawberries at Southside Farm just last Friday. I may have sampled a couple, just throwing it out there. But also one of the big things is the local beef offerings that we're going to have that'll go into our various menuing items, where we're working with local butchers, local livestock providers, as well as butchering services to bring in fresh beef for our students. So again, tens of thousands of dollars that they're bringing in, that they're opening up our menuing offerings that we have never seen before as a district. And so we've always had some jokes kind of personally, talking about, the school lunch and things of that nature. They have really upped the game on the menuing offers that we've had. One of those such is, again, with Southside Farms and a few other farms, is fresh spinach salads that our staff is just over the moon, and a lot of students, like, you wouldn't have caught me dead eating a salad back in high school, but man, you look at that stuff now, it's second to none. With the local rice that we're utilizing in all of our menuing items as well too. So to get back into the evaluation, as you can see, we're doing a lot of things really well. We are, still have a few concerns. It's the rising cost of food, labor costs, those things aren't going down. And so we have to take that into account. Sometimes there's certain struggles with purchasing certain items specific for our menuing, receiving that, but all in all, our ladies between Randa and Miranda are able to make it work. We continue with the goals of offering CEP. Really, as long as that program is there and we can benefit as a district, I would just implore you all to keep that in front of you for our families in the community. That's just such a wonderful offering. A lot of schools now, for regular student meal, kids are paying $4 to $5 for lunch. That's expensive for families.
Yes.
That's really expensive. They want to continue to improve menu offerings and choices, upgrade our kitchen facilities and equipment. We're continuing to do that. That's also some of our buildings, part of the long-range plan. Increase nutrition promotion to foster community engagement and build community support. more efficient ways to serve students, to expedite meal services. We are currently looking at the junior high right now, studying their lunch services, and we had a second trial run through on what their schedule may look like next year to allow kids more time to eat, so they're not just gulping things down and still having that access to a recess afterwards. And again, it's just a wonderful department. All of our managers do a great job, all of our cooks, our servers, our cleaners. It's just an incredible team. You know, it's truly something to watch and behold. So,
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
questions? Absolutely.
Okay, next we have Ms. Dudek with a treasurer and finance report.
This report is for April. I'll just focus on the general fund. We had a beginning fund balance of $32.4 million. Revenues received were $1.7 million. We received all of our tax revenue by now, so our revenues are kind of dropping off a little bit, and our expenses are exceeding them. Expenses of $2.2 million and transferring 1.3 to the special revenue fund, which is what transferred into every month, leaving us with an ending fund balance of $30.6 million. Does anyone have any questions? Thank you.
I did have one question. On the expense revenue report, the percent realized, that's through June, isn't it? Whenever you got the percent realized, or is that just for that month?
That should be year-to-date.
Year-to-date and through June? I was just
On the
curious.
detail report?
The expense revenue report, yeah.
Yeah, so the percentage realized is through the year-to-date.
Okay. Right, thank you.
Okay. Now we have support services. Mr. Crowell, I think we're back to you. It's your night.
Feel like Mandy Keys.
No comment.
It's not 7:30 yet.
Just a quick transportation update. Reminder, school is an early dismissal on Thursday. Those times have gone out by the buildings. Notified, not notified, reminded principals of that. Want to make sure that the kids get home in a timely manner, so we're reminding all the parents it is a half day. We are still dealing with, but it's a good problem, our bus routes at times are changing during the middle of the day because as the weather has gotten nicer, the city of Cape, through their Transportation Trust Fund, those projects are rolling out. So there's several streets that the pickup was absolutely perfect in the morning, but 11 o'clock, a construction crew showed up on site, hey,
Yep.
let's start jackhammering up this intersection. And so sometimes we have that notification, sometimes we don't. And so we just continue to ask for the parents and guardians to just a little bit of grace for us, and we will absolutely get your children home. Food services, you just had that report. Buildings and grounds, on that note, we are finishing up a roofing project currently on our temporary recovery high school. It'll be in the building across the lot from Central Pool and Central Municipal Pool, as well as from the junior high. Need to get a few things tidied up over there. That building will also be repurposed for our maintenance department, storage warehouse facilities after Recovery High School finishes up with that. We had our first construction kickoff meeting today for the Recovery High School. It went extremely well. They're very optimistic that we could be in there by the 1st of January 2027, which it did get pushed back a little bit just because of the bid process. Not the bid process, let me rephrase that, because of the funding questions that DESI was delayed in accessing those funds to us. We didn't want to push out a bid till we knew we actually had the check in hand. And so that kind of backed us up a few months, but everything is on board. Here in the next 2 weeks, you will see groundbreaking taking place there. The dirt work will start happening and foundations being dug and foundations poured, and then the slab poured, and then the walls start getting erected up. And then once that happens, we get it under roof, and then we're off to the races. Other buildings and grounds that we have, we'll talk about that during the business section. And lastly, I want to talk about safety and security. I do specifically want to give a shout out to Girardeau, assistant principal at the high school. Again, going back to graduation, he put in a phenomenal amount of work I know myself, Brian Payne, Mr. Dobbs, as well as our SROs, Jason Engel, Mark White, and all of our SROs being there, it again just give them all the praise that they are due for running such a smooth event. And we're very thankful that the weather held as well.
Yeah, it was a beautiful
So
evening.
there was no rain while anybody was in line. There was no sheer winds, no EF1 tornado. None of that. All of that was good. So,
It was very smooth getting in and out too.
Yeah.
yep.
That was great.
It was-
Absolutely was.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Crow. Next, we have board reports. First, our MSBA delegate report.
Only update, I'll be going to the Summer Summit in June, so
Okay.
hopefully come back with some useful stuff from that. And then other than that, you guys get the weekly updates, so nothing giantly major coming out of those guys right now.
Okay. All right, thank you. Next is the legislative report, which is me. The 2026 legislative session has wrapped up. We are all done. The budget has passed. I talked about in the last meeting that it has a $190 million shortfall for public education. The funding formula per student is supposed to be $7,145, but with the gap, the way everything has shaken out it is now $6,830. For our district, just to talk in a large number, that is a funding gap of over $1.3 million, which is not insignificant. Also, it should be noted that the legislature decided to underfund public education while still funding Missouri Scholars, which is the private school scholarship program that uses public funding. So it is disheartening to see education not be prioritized the way we would like to see it. But our district will continue doing what our district always does, which is prioritizing our students and educating them the best we can. And as school board members, we will continue to build relationships with our legislators and advocate for our schools as we move forward. And that's all I have. Okay. After that, all right, now, Julia. We have the Cape Public School Foundation update.
All right. Ms. McDonald, our Director of Foundation, reported that the foundation continues to support students and staff all across the district through innovative programs, alumni engagement, and community partnerships. Recently, the foundation hosted another successful golf tournament with 31 teams participating. It was a gorgeous day, absolutely phenomenal. We had excellent food, and thank you, Dr. Beck.
Dr. Beck, I had 2 people, completely random, say something to me about your pimento cheese.
Yes,
So, there you go.
that is a hit.
We love the
Why do you think they put me in this?
Or it's gotten around, apparently.
He sells it, by the way.
That's good to know.
Okay.
We had 5 business partners who set up on holes throughout the tournament to help engage golfers and support the event experience. The tournament continues to be an important fundraiser that helps provide resources and opportunities across the district. Recently, also, the foundation received 2 grants through Community Foundation of the Ozarks. One grant will support an art mural project involving Cape Central High School, which is exciting, with students working alongside a visiting artist to create a collaborative piece of artwork. The second grant provided funding for an AED for the Early Childhood Center, helping support student and staff safety. This spring, we recently talked at the last board meeting, I think, that the foundation awarded $25,000 in scholarships to Cape Central seniors during the Evening of Excellence, and as previously mentioned also, a new Kim Chisholm Memorial Scholarship has been established. Right now it has $10,000 to honor Kim's legacy and opportunities for students. So more will be awarded next year, which is really exciting. The foundation continues to also support innovative teaching opportunities, assist students in various needs, expand alumni outreach, in community efforts, we have a mix and mingle. We're partnering with the Booster Tournament again this year in July 10th, and there'll be a mix and mingle that is for not just alumni, but also parents and other community supporters that would love to attend. The foundation also partners with local businesses and donors to enhance educational experiences for students. And she's grateful for the continued support of the community, donors, partners, and Board of Education and district administration as we work together to strengthen opportunities for all students in Cape Public Schools. Whew. All right.
Wonderful, thank you. Okay, board, before you, you have a consent agenda that includes our minutes from the April 27th special meeting and April 4th regular meeting, payment of bills, board meeting dates for 2027 and 2028, and is that right? No, for 2026 and 2027. It's for the rest of this year and into 27, yes. And then approval of the district literacy plan. Can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, everyone in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, that passes. Next, moving on to business. Can I get a motion to approve the approval of the 26-27 salary schedules?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, discussion. Wonderful, okay.
She has one.
Binders.
Fine.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
And they are tagged online, if you prefer to look at them online. Okay, so I'm just gonna focus on the schedules that have the most changes, and there's not very many. So I'm gonna start by talking about the teacher salary schedule. This schedule, the base was increased 2%, which was an increase of $840, bringing our US step one to $42,829. This aligns with our CSIP goal to increase our teacher salaries 10% over 5 years. So we've been doing that 2% at a time. And we're recommending to do that this time as well. Everybody will have a step increase. Another change that was made is that the vocational column, it previously had frozen at step 23. And typically when people get placed on the vocational column, they come in at step 20, I think it is, step 21. So they're not here very long before they're freezing in their
Yeah.
salary. So what we did is we unfroze that column and added, so they'll get a step all the way down to step 30. Those two changes right there cost approximately $400,000. There are 444 teachers on that schedule. The only other schedule that I made changes to was the stipends extra duty. So we've been trying to be consistent with all the schedules and move them all to step 30 and cap them at step 30. Some of our schedules previously, you could stay, you were here longer than that, you would go off schedule. So now we have stopped the schedules to where they go to step 30, and then once you get to step 30, you stay max on the schedule. So anybody who was here and was off schedule, we are not penalizing them. And so we'll pay them the difference. And that is on the schedule called stipends, salary adjustments. It's the very last schedule in the book. All other schedules were increased by a comparable percentage of 2%. The total increase to salaries and benefits is a little over $1 million. So So when we talk about finances and moving forward, as you know, as Crystal reported, it's not looking so great for us. But we have been working on the 26-27 budget. And unfortunately, it's just the reality that we're in, so we're gonna have to adapt to that. So we've been looking really closely at our expenses, asking all buildings and department heads to look at their expenses, making adjustments to that so that we can put our efforts more focused on our salary schedules. To invest in our kids, we have to invest in our teachers, and we have to invest in our staff.
Yes.
That's right.
Agreed.
So I feel like we have to keep moving forward with increasing the schedules. We can't really stop that.
Yes.
So we'll just make adjustments as we need to. Also looking at our revenues. So even though we have some revenues that will be falling short, there are other things that we can do. There's fund placement of our revenues. We've been focusing for the last few years on Fund 4, which are capital projects. But now that we have passed a bond issue, we're going back and looking at some of those revenues that we have placed in Fund 4, that if they can be moved to our operating revenue, I will do that to kind of offset some of the shortage. So if anybody has any questions.
Do you have an idea with this newest schedule, how competitive this makes us, in our area?
We will get that report next year, so what they do.
Okay, so we don't know yet, because we don't know what other people are
They
doing
ask,
essentially.
once you adopt this, MSTA puts that together, and then we send all of that to MSTA, and then they do the comparisons.
Got it.
So hopefully we will be moving up because,
I think we're at 7.
yeah, we're number
Yes.
7. But here's what, everybody made a big jump last year. They're not gonna be able to make that type of a jump this year.
Sure.
Because of the funding shortage.
Right.
So we may catch a few.
We're like the turtle instead of the hare.
Yeah.
Got it.
But I don't know how much we'll move, just because they want to continue to be competitive. They'll have to figure
Do
out ways to do, kind of like what we did. We did a 5% cut across the board, district-wide, and so that's going to help us offset some
For,
of those.
for building,
Yeah,
you
for
mean,
buildings.
yes,
Mhm.
yeah.
Basically, no, not just for buildings, 5% cut
Departments?
across
Like,
departments
departments.
as well,
Departments as
yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Pretty much across the board, so hopefully that will help offset some of the shortage for 25, 26.
Okay.
It's important to note too, when we say ranked 7th for the region, that's just in the starting salary.
Yeah.
Right, yes.
We do a comparative analysis for different milestones across the salary schedule,
Yep,
so you're ranked differently as
Of
you
course.
progress through. So it depends on what section you're looking at.
yeah, okay.
Did you, last year, when we were talking about this, and as you talk about that 5-year plan to get the 10%, you guys had put together a heat map that kind of showed on the salary schedule where all of our people are.
Yes, we have
You guys
that.
still have that? I mean, you don't have to have it right now, but that'd be awesome to see if you email it out. Yeah, just to, again, as you said, there was 440 some odd teachers on the, that'd be really cool to see that again.
I can tell you that the majority, the columns, I think that have the most is your BS column and our master's column. I would say those 2 columns have the most people, but
Yeah.
I'll send it.
That'd be great, yeah, just perspective on
Sure.
what it looks like.
Where, yeah,
One of the things that we've been discussing is still, and we've talked to you all about this in the past, is trying to fix that master's column, because the rate of increase in the master's column is not being as competitive as it is for other school districts, and Dr. Beck's been looking at that, looking at other districts on what we can do to be creative to open that up a little bit, so that our master level teachers, our senior teachers are being and staying competitive with
Yeah.
other school districts, because you will lose them if you don't.
right.
But he's been working on some different ways of trying to open that back up.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
we've been looking at the whole schedule, trying to take like maybe a high level look at it. So we've really been focused over the last, I would say like 5 years at the beginning salary of the schedule. And what it's doing is it's compressing
Yes.
the schedule.
Of course.
So when you look at the beginning salary and then you look at our ending salary,
Yep.
What is the earnings that the teacher has the potential to make? So we've really been looking at that and trying to come up with ideas she didn't go out in that.
We
Yeah.
just didn't feel comfortable doing it this year with all
Right.
the changes. And
Sure, the
formula.
unknowns.
And the formula's gonna change as well. They're
Yeah.
still working on the formula change. But we probably ran 5 or 6 different scenarios to see how we could open that back up at the middle. And it was significant salary increases, the ones that we came up with. And at this time, we can't do that to the district's
Mhm.
finances. But we are looking at it. We're just trying to figure out when the right time is to try to open that up. So as you know, the previous year, we looked at our teacher assistants and trying to
Yeah.
get their salaries up. This year, we were wanting to do some more, but the only thing that we were able to do is to open up the CTC schedule because they were coming in at 21 years. Is that right, Dr.
Yep.
Beck?
Right.
And
And
within
then
3 years,
2
they
years,
were
yeah.
off schedule again.
Yeah.
So we try to fix that end of everything, and then so hopefully next year we can kind of take a look at the middle master's level. Once you open the master's level, it will change the master's specialist doctorate too,
Right.
which is sometimes significant
Yep.
changes for your budget. So.
Kind of, if you're ever looking at or browsing at the binder or the schedules for teachers specifically, kind of the gold standard everybody wants to hit is whatever number you start at when you come in, when your salary ends, it should be double that number.
Okay.
So if you start at 45,
You should end at 90.
ideally you should see 90 down
Yeah.
here, right? Over time, if you only add to this side, compression
You're never
starts.
Sure.
gonna get there.
Yeah.
And the life of your earnings working in that district over a 30-year period lessen,
Yeah.
because you're making
Yeah.
incremental, less step movement as you
Mhm.
go across. So that's kind of how everybody looks at that over the life of the schedule.
Okay. Any other questions or discussion? Okay, with that, we will take a vote. Everyone who's in favor?
Aye.
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 Anyone opposed? Okay, motion carries. All right, next we have approval of resolution authorizing issuance and sale of general obligation bonds. Can I get a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
Wonderful. Discussion.
Okay, so
Want
if we-
Lorenzo
Ms.
to come
Dudek,
up?
you
Yeah.
again.
Okay, so,
We have Lorenzo here as well.
Yes.
okay,
That's
so
right.
I've got Lorenzo Hoyt with Stiefel, and then Nick Weaver and Sean Flynn with Gilmore and Bell. They act as our bond counsel. So what we are working on now is putting together the documents so that we can sell our bonds. And Lorenzo and his team heads that up. The goal is the current schedule is that we will price the bonds on June 4th, and we will close on the bonds on June 18th, which means that we will receive the money in our bank account, and so then we can start paying some of the bills.
Okay.
Looking at John.
Yeah. His bills.
He's getting ready to give you some.
Well, I think the last time I was there, good evening, everyone. I'm Lorenzo Boyd with Steeple. I think the last time I was there, I told everyone, I said, when you see me, it should be good news. I'm either saving you money or bringing you money. And this time I'm bringing you money. I think the last time I was there, I was saving you money. But a couple of things. Ms. Dooley told me, she said, Lorenzo, you're going to be so excited. There's going to be a lot of people here tonight. So give this your presentation. And everyone walked out with a fine. And when I was in school, I never received an award, so I would love at some point to get a Trinity Tiger.
Give that man a medal.
We're giving you a medal right now. We've got one right here.
I would love to get one of those Trinity Tigers. That would just make my day.
Extra.
I would smile.
We've
We'll
got
take
one
a
for you.
picture with you and everything.
Yeah, I would
Extra
smile
50
all the way back
Gs.
to St. Louis. I really would. I really would.
Yeah.
But I want to say congratulations on the passage of the 30 million. That was good news with the almost 75%, so I was very excited to see that. We're going to sell all 30 million, as Ms. Lee mentioned, in terms of on June 4th, and close on June 18th, where we're going to, at that point, we'll send the money to the district, and it'll be happy spending. But I think it was about 2.5 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, we went through the underlying grading process, and Ms. Dudek and Dr. Bailey did a great job on the rating. We affirmed the underlying rating. I said we, like I'm part of the district now, you know. You affirmed your rating of A+ by Standard & Poor's, and you also received a AA+, which is enrollment in the Missouri Direct Deposit Program. You know, there are over 520 school districts in the state of Missouri. I think only about 170 have underlying ratings now. That A+ is in the top 25%, so that's, you know, great news. So with that, as you kind of mentioned, we're going to sell bonds on June 4th, close on June 18th, and then at that point, we'll have 3 years to spend the necessary funds for all the improvements that were mentioned earlier today. And I think that's it. What we're here to do now is pass the parameters resolution. And so a parameters resolution gives us authorization to sell those bonds on June 4th. As long as we meet certain 5 parameters. I think the most important parameter is the interest cost, which is 5%. We cannot exceed 5% on the interest rate, overall interest rate. If you would sell the bonds right now, you probably would be in the neighborhood of 4.3%. So I think as long as interest rates, you know, stay steady, they're kind of going up and down, I would see no problem being able to meet those parameters on June 4th. So with that, we just need a passage of the parameters resolution, and then, what's that, 3 weeks, we'll sell the bonds on June 4th.
Wonderful. Any questions?
Just ignorance on my part. In the parameters resolution, where did the 4 point or the 5% ceiling come from? How does that?
Just to give us some flexibility, because right now we know that we're in the 4.3% range right now. If you look back in February, rates went up about 30 basis points. They came back down. So just to kind of mitigate that, just we want to get the money as soon as we can to you guys, just in case interest rates, we never know what interest rates are going to do between now and June 4th. But when you pass that parameters resolution, if we see that, I'm in constant contact with our underwriting desk. If I see those interest rates, my underwriter, she actually is from Cape too. Now that I think about it, yeah, she's from Cape. Our underwriter's from Cape, so she'll be pricing the bonds. So Tricia Duncan, and so she usually kind of gives me updates, and she'll say, Lorenzo, hey, I think, you know, this set of news is going to come out probably in the next week. The market's indicating we may have a rise in interest rates. Are you okay with pricing this tomorrow or the next day? So that's where we are. So June 4th is the target, but we can price it any moment after today.
And so that's a recommendation from you guys, just assessing. Okay.
Yes.
I have a question too. You said we have 3 years to spend the money. What happens if you don't spend the money in 3 years?
So that is reasonable expectation. So I should say it's reasonable expectation.
Okay.
So I think that's mostly like 85% of the bond proceeds within 3 years. If you don't hit that, that's not a slap on the hand, so to speak.
Okay.
It's just a reasonable expectation because the federal government knows that, you know, if you're going to build a new building and there was, you know, a really wet summer or something along those lines, there were delays or supply chain delays.
Sure.
But that reasonable expectation is when you sign this document. So that says we reasonably expect to spend 85% between now and June 2029.
Got it.
If you get those, if something happens between now and then and you can't get it, then that's something that you can't be slapped.
Yeah. Okay.
To add to that
Yeah.
a little bit more, and Lorenzo would know this, our previous bond, we actually broke it up into 2 different bonds. With 2019 because of the municipal pool that we were building, a little bit of the controversy there. We had held part of the selling of the bonds to reimagine what that finished product was going to look like.
Sure.
And so, you know, there are certain things, we're not seeing that with
Right.
what we have in front there.
Yeah.
I think the due diligence has been done to roadmap out what we're doing as a district, and I just need you to approve him, and then I can come back and throw some stuff at you.
Great.
In about 60 seconds.
Okay, any other questions? Okay, with that, we'll take a vote. Everyone who approves? Aye. Anyone opposed? Okay, motion carries.
I'll hold you to the tiger.
Right here, Lorenzo.
Next
come
time
here.
you're here, there will be one with your name on
No,
it.
we have a bunch in the office. Come here, Lorenzo.
Well,
We're
this
gonna put
one's
on you.
special. This is special.
This is a
This is for
special
you.
one.
No.
We need to do a special one. No.
Yes.
We're gonna get your own.
Yes, he needs one with his name on it, the
I
whole,
have inspiration.
it's happening.
I got it.
Hey, we're gonna get you one.
Miss Dudek, when will he be
Wait,
here
they're all
again?
here.
You'll be back in June, is that right?
No.
I think you need
Here,
to come
Lorenzo,
back in
come up.
June.
We're gonna get one.
He's gonna be
Were you
back
gonna
in
get something put
June.
on the back of this?
He'll be back. I have a special one in mind.
Yes.
Oh, look at that, see? I'll come back.
Well, July, we're playing in the
You gotta
golf-
play in the Booster Club golf tournament.
Oh, yeah.
Are you coming in July?
Yeah, that would be wonderful if I could stand up in front of everyone.
That'd be not a problem. Hey, we know the people running it. We can make that happen.
We'll give you the mic even. They'll give you the mic.
Bring some extra dollars, you know.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Take my wife at TJ Maxx.
Hey, thank you, guys.
Thank you all.
Thank you all.
Okay. Next, we have a motion to approve, oh, yes, sorry.
We got to approve. Did we?
We voted.
We did already.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm on top of it.
Sorry.
Got it.
I just want to make sure that one got approved.
It did. Okay, moving on to approval of bond bids. The first one we have is junior high bleachers. Can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, discussion. Mr. Crowell.
This is the first of several, so I can
Yep.
talk you through this as fast as you want me to, or I can slow it down and we can get into the weeds of it. I'm thinking by reading your faces, you'd rather me go on a little bit of faster side.
I want
than
every
slower side.
detail of the bleachers.
Okay.
No,
So
I
first,
know, really.
There's a mining process, and they go out and they find the aluminum, and then they smelt it down. And then from there. No, so, yes, this one is extremely needed. These are all projects that were identified in our long-range facility plan. This is in the queue right now, and with your authorization, we'll get the PO signed. And I will tell you, after Lorenzo's discussion, all 5 that you see in front of you tonight are not going to hit until the next fiscal year. So July 1 of 2027, we need your authorization to sign the POs, to sign the contracts with them, and then no bills are going to be due until after the dollars. We're not being charged any type of interest rate from the companies or anything like that. And the majority of all of these projects are actually through either TIPS USA, which is a buy board, or other co-op purchasing types of agencies where it has already gone through the state bid contract pricing, and this is the best price that you're going to get it, even if you open it up for a regular sealed bid. So going back to the bleachers, if Mr. Russell scrolls down, perfect, right there, he's got it up. One of the things that we're going to be doing on the north side is we're putting in a new type of design bleacher that actually, instead of retracting back to the wall, it retracts forward to the play area. And we are going to be putting in a junior high weight room area behind that set of bleachers. That is desperately needed for our curriculum. Coach Niels has built a program that we're turning kids away, and we don't want to do that. Yep. And so it is a program that he has built up. It will only go back so far. It'll leave spaces in there for weight racks and all of those types of things. Seating capacity of that gymnasium will stay at approximately around 2,500 individuals, which still puts to shame almost any gym across Missouri, but particularly any junior high gym in the state. This is by far the largest junior high gym in the state, so we will still be able to have quite a few public events in there. We are giving up a couple of hundred seats because of the design of the bleachers, but for our day-to-day usage, we found that this was the best solution, and it's really going to be exciting. The lower level will be seat back types of seating, so for those that are more comfortable with having a chair back, it'll replicate that. But as I told you in the past, we can't even find parts for these bleachers anymore. They need to be replaced, and we're saving some dollars. So
Will these push in without 40 people?
these will push in with a single remote control with an arrow that goes forward or backward. One person
Dealer's
sits
choice.
there, they all roll in, or
Nice.
they all roll out. Then the thing that we have to worry about, and we discovered this at the high school, is not losing the remote control to the bleachers or the custodian walking off with it in his cart. So we'll have some professional development that's done with our staff at the junior high on appropriately operating these bleacher systems. So, yes.
Okay, wonderful. Any questions? Okay, we will take a vote. Everyone who approves? Aye. Anyone opposed? Wonderful. Okay, next we have a bond bid for junior high auditorium seats. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Great.
Okay, second one, so you see the cost before you. This is again with Heartland Seating. This is through the TIPS buy board. You can see a schematic of what they've done. This is replacing all the existing seats, which are original to that auditorium. In a prior bond, we had refinished with fabric on some of the seats, but it's to the point the fabric is mismatched. You cannot find that. It's gaudy. If I could use that word, I did use that word. It doesn't look well. And the mechanics of the seats, some of the seats don't stay up, some of the seats don't fold down. So it's just due. One of the surprising things about this, with these numbers I was excited about, we had certain dollars dedicated to this auditorium, and this is also going to allow us, at a later motion that'll be in front of you, we'll be able to internally update the audiovisual equipment in there with the sound, the projector, so professional presentations. This auditorium is used by a lot of community events, our community organizations for their events, dance recitals, some houses of worship will have their pageants or plays in there, and so we're really excited about updating that auditorium. This project will roll out early fall, August, September, and it's projected to be about a 3-week project.
And so is that they remove them and they install them? And
They're removing, they're installing. However, when we have things like that, we go through as a district, even with the bleachers, we pick out certain recyclable and salvageable materials. And so scrap metal that would be there, things of that nature, we take advantage of that. But it's helping us because our maintenance department is still doing their day-to-day jobs. They're going to be involved in a lot of other projects
turnkey's good.
and whatnot as well.
Will a few be saved for the foundation to auction off? That's what I was about to say.
For the right price, if they would like to purchase surplus items to be, I'm kidding, yes. We will have some seats that can absolutely be auctioned off. One of the things that we're thinking about doing, I go back to the previous motion you just approved. I was of the era when Houck Stadium was no longer the basketball facility for Southeast Missouri basketball. When they closed that down, you got a souvenir piece of bleacher for being one of the last attendees at Houck Stadium. Some of you on the board may not have been born yet, but it's a really neat item. I still have that to this day, so we're going to make some mementos for the public and the community. So we did that when the old gym was torn down at the junior high, where we had some of the wood that was carved up and cut up. We also will salvage quite a bit of the bleacher wood for all of our industrial art classes, because it's wood stock we then don't have to purchase, and they can make their various different projects out of it for the year. So, you know, that's kind of going into the weeds on the various things, but we'll have a lot of lumber for kids to do projects, and we'll have some community mementos as well.
Okay, any other questions? Great, we will take a vote. Everyone who approves? Aye. Anyone opposed? Okay, wonderful. Next, we have a bond bid for track refurbishment at the high school and the junior high. Can I get a motion?
So moved. Second.
Discussion.
So before you have a bid from a company that we're very familiar with. We have a partnership. They were about $100,000 cheaper than a second company. And this is through a different buy board. Processes are, identical. This is resurfacing, refinishing, adding new layers of rubber coating to our tracks, repainting the lines and the lanes, the exchange zones, all those various different things at both tracks. I do want to let you know, though, this is only improving the life for another 5 to 7 years, maybe 8 years. If we continue, but what is happening with our tracks, and this is why it was important to get it refinished now, is that water is penetrating through those membranes, getting into the asphalt. Then you have the weatherization that takes place in winter with asphalt. That the moisture is freezing and melting, and so the asphalt is going to be at the end of its life here by the next time the bond rolls around. So this will get us to that. If we don't address it now, the tracks are just going to become even more and more in disrepair. The way we have this worked out, because the most prominent time to refinish your tracks is during the summer. Obviously, we're kind of late in the queue, but since we have such a good relationship, early fall, they'll be working on it while soccer and football is going on. But in working with our athletic directors, looking at when we have away games, things of that nature, they'll be able to come in and work on top and work around various things and get this done, so it will be ready for the spring soccer, spring track season, I should say. So,
Okay.
Awesome.
Any questions? Great, then we will take a vote. All who approve?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Great. Next on the list is the bond bid for high school tennis courts. Can I get a motion?
So moved. Second.
Great, discussion.
So many of the surfaces, other than two of the courts, courts 3 and 4, that actually suffered tornado damage during a home football game many years ago, have not been touched since then. So the surface of these tennis courts are 22 to 23 years old, 24 years old, I'm sorry. This is going to be resurfacing all of the courts, and if Mr. Russell would open the attachment for that, we're going to show you what the layout is going to look like, and then they've actually given us a reverse of what the colors are. We're actually going with a charcoal or black court markings. This is a rendition of what the pickleball courts will look like on courts 7 and 8, and the surrounding color of the courts will actually be orange. So we're going to go with more orange than we are black. I have worked with many individuals on figuring out what this tennis project will look like, and the number one thing that we're doing is the safety of the kids in spectator seating. This is going to take the spectators off the hillside, and we are having a 6-foot sidewalk put on the south side of the courts for the chairs and many bleachers. We're also looking at constructing 2 new courts that you can see in the small rectangles there in the center of the page, with a galley, fan, spectator area in between to make a quad court seating area, standing viewing area that's really going to showcase our players. When you look at the design of tennis courts, having them in a linear fashion isn't really the best for a spectator. Well, we're going to fix this. What we've also done is we've arranged some work that will potentially be captured with our javelin throw area on the track team as well, that shows the apexes and all the various different angles where the javelin throw will be. We wanted to make sure a javelin does not go in and penetrate into the indoor facility. That would be horrible. So we have a safe throwing zone for the javelin
Good
in
plan.
the future. That's right, in the future, and go from there. But this is going to be the construction of 2 new courts, resurfacing of the 8 existing courts, adding those pickleball courts into courts 7 and 8, which are closest to the stadium, and adding that viewer area. So really excited about what this will do for our tennis teams. Honestly, they have been kind of a neglected activity. A lot of activities have gotten a lot of resources put towards them. Tennis has not. And so this is a legitimate need, but it's also fulfilling that goal of making sure every student counts every day, and we're taking the boys and girls tennis team into account.
Will the pickleball courts be named like the Binion Crowell Memorial Pickleball Courts?
The Achilles Memorial
Yeah.
Pickleball
Yes,
Court.
the board can do
Memorial.
that.
Yes.
We can do that if you'd like.
We'll take that under consideration.
You're the only one
Achilles,
who's
call it
authorized.
Achilles.
I will say on this motion, it is broken up into 2, just because of the TIPS contract pricing. There is one item that is for the resurfacing, that's right at $150,000, and then the $305,000 is construction of the 2 new courts. So I will tell you that the 2 new courts will more than likely not be playable until the latter half of the tennis season this fall, because you have to let the asphalt cure for about 30 to 45 days before you can actually coat it, or otherwise the coating does not penetrate in and actually lock in chemically with the asphalt, and we don't want to do that. So we'll have the 8 courts refinished for the season. Hopefully halfway through the season, we'll be able to get the 2 new constructed courts in for play.
Thank you. Any questions? Okay, then we will take a vote. All who approve? Aye. Anyone opposed? Okay, last with Mr. Crow, we have a bond bid for the district-wide alarm systems. Can I get a motion?
So moved. Second.
Discussion.
So, burglar alarms were added to our district with the 2010 bond. The life cycle of those panels and the motherboards and the circuitry are going out each building every couple of months. We've had that happen, 2 buildings. We've already replaced them. But the bond is giving us the capacity to just replace everything in one fell swoop. And so this is staged and lined up to actually take place this summer. This is through a single source procurement method. We want ADS, so this did not go out to a bid or a buy board, but they have the actual expertise and the technology in-house to work on top of the systems we already have in place with the circuitry. Going out to bid would mean that we would have to redo every single building with all the contacts, with all the motion detectors, with all of that, and that's just too cost prohibitive, and we don't need to. Those things are still good. This is replacing the brains of the systems per se to get them up to par. No more false alarms, getting those 2 a.m. phone calls as building administrators that we do across the district, and actually securing our facilities, so.
Okay. Any questions? Then we'll take a vote. All who approve?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, last on business, we have the second reading and adoption of Board Policy GDL and GDL AP2. Can I get a motion?
So moved. Second.
All right. Do we just approve that? Mr. Payne?
Do you have any questions
Yes.
about it?
I don't have questions about it. Does anybody have questions? Okay, great. Then we will take a vote. Sorry?
Go ahead.
Oh,
I was just gonna say, if anybody had questions, happy to answer.
You don't have to.
no. Okay. All who approve?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, wonderful. Next, do we have any information or proposals from board members?
I saw baseball played at home today and won first round of districts right 4-2 against Sykes. Is that what I saw?
Correct. Play again on Wednesday.
Play again on Wednesday. Also thought it was really cool. I don't know where they were supposed to play, but I did see they came to Cape Central,
In Farmington, but yeah.
probably because our fields are so great.
Yes,
Just
it
want to
is.
throw that out there. So another kudos to the fields that we got.
Awesome, thank you. Okay, with that, I will take a motion to adjourn.
So moved. Second.
Do we have to vote that?
Yes.
Okay, great. Let's vote. All approve?
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? Okay, thank you, everyone.
We are.